Hello everyone, welcome to Epsilon J, where today I am uploading two videos, videoing at 9:05 p.m. To compensate for not having enough time to upload videos on many days. With that out of the way, let's ask a very deep question. Do humans have free will? The answer is complex, and beliefs have shifted a lot over the centuries. The ancient Greeks believed that everything was up to fate, or at least most things were in your fate, with many of their works of literature, such as the tale of Oedipus, supporting the idea that you cannot escape your fate. Many later ideas rejected these conclusions and said that humans can decide what actions they can take. In the 19th century, as the classical laws of physics were starting to take shape, Laplace argued that eventually the laws of physics would be able to predict everything, including human behavior. This was because all the equations that we had in physics at the time all would give deterministic answers. You put in the same conditions, you would always get the same answer every single time. As thermodynamics started to emerge, the second law of thermodynamics, entropy, saying that everything would move from order to disorder, was a statistical normality, that everything would tend to go from order to disorder. Things would break, things would fade, and that entropy, the amount of chaos in something, could only stay the same or increase. Around the turn of that century, many experiments were being done that showed some strange truths about very small objects. This started to shape quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics was the first area of science that ever said that humans have to have free will. Why is this? Because quantum mechanics could have the same conditions put in and get different answers from the same initial conditions. And I'm not going into as much detail as I could in this video. There is much more detail to this, but basically, the more you know of something's position, the less you can know of its momentum. And the more you know of its momentum, the less you can know of its position, and this is true for all sets called Fourier transform pairs, which means that there is an uncertainty. This is called the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Now, quantum mechanics is often thought of as this strange and obscure science that predicts things can be both alive and dead at the same time. And while it's true that multiple states can exist in the absence of an observation, in quantum mechanics is also the area of science that guarantees that we have free will. Every other law of physics before quantum mechanics, including Einstein's general theory of relativity, the best theory of gravity that we have so far, would give only one solution. And here's why that matters. Because if you knew every condition in a human's brain, and there was only one solution to every one of those equations, then no matter how many atoms are in someone's brain, you would always be able to predict what their next thought would be and what their next action would be by consequence of those thoughts. But quantum mechanics predicted that uncertainty, that you could get multiple possible answers from initial conditions. And that guarantees that all of us have free will. Now, quantum mechanics is a result and what feeds entropy. That arrow of time from order to disorder, what causes time to only move in one direction, is that uncertainty. Now, many people will think of entropy as a curse because it says that everything will fall into decay, everything will die, everything will eventually stop. But it is deeply tied with quantum mechanics, which means it's deeply tied with the free will of humans. And that is why entropy is not a curse. It is a gift given to us by the universe, that we are able to decide which actions we can take. Thank you for watching.
So if you want to subscribe, click there, and if you make sure to like this video if you liked, and if you want to watch my previous video, click the other one.